EA Sports. It's in the game.
Right then, hello and welcome to another one-off. Today we're having a look at F1 2000. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, if I'm going through the Formula 1 games in chronological order, why am I doing a one-off of F1 2000? There is a very, very good explanation for that. Now, in 2000, EA Sports released two Formula 1 games. They released F1 2000 at the start of the F1 season, and then they released F1 Championship Season 2000 at the end of the season. If you want to put it into modern perspective, imagine if this game was on Steam. This would be an early access title. F1 Championship Season 2000 would have been the official game release. There were a lot of inconsistencies with this game, including the frame rate, which was absolute garbage, which I will show off in a minute. There's a lot of graphical gremlins as well. There's actual glitches during the race. So, for example, if the safety car did come out, there was a situation where some cars would just stop on the track. There was also a bug at the end as well. If you completed a season, you would unlock a bonus track. If you tried to load that track, the game would crash. And I had that problem for years. But yeah, it turns out that this was just a precursor of essentially a patched version of F1 2000 that was released at the end of the year. So that is why I'm doing a one-off. The demo on this game loads way too quick. So yeah, that is why I'm doing a one-off of this game. And when I get through to, F1 2000, I will be doing the Championship Season 2000, which is literally an identical game. It has an extra... hold on. These demos are really annoying me. So let me just go to the menu where it's not going to load. So I can actually think properly without the bloody audio screaming in my ears. Right, so if we go to Quick Race. So yeah, what differences is between F1 2000 and Championship Season 2000 is that you have a new game mode called Scenario, which pits you against different scenarios, as the name would suggest. The graphics have been updated, which sounds really weird when a PlayStation 1 game, but on this game, all of the cars, their rims are white. On Championship Season 2000, the Jordans, they have black rims with a white circle, or yellow ring, around the outside of the rim. The Benettons, they have black rims. What else? The Jaguars, they have gold rims. On this game, they're all white. The menu graphics have been updated as well, as has the on-screen display during a race. The cars are not as easy to destroy as they are on this game. If you go into a wall, I think twice, your wheels pop off, so you can retire from the race. The flag rules as well, like the black flag, stop-go penalties, they have been lessened slightly, so you can still get them on the updated version, but they're not as frequent. But the gameplay mechanics, the actual game itself looks identical. It's just a lot of upgrades, a lot of, like I said, different modes, and some quality of life updates as well. So that is why I'm doing a one-off of F1 2000, but when I finally get around to doing the championship on 2000, it will be Championship Season 2000 with everything updated. So for it, I'm just going to do a quick little race. We're going to do Melbourne and Australia. You can do a custom grid, so you can either do your own custom. You can have like the Minardis, for example, on pole position and the Ferraris at the back, or you can just do a normal race. Another quality of life update on the custom grid on the updated game. You can either have custom, so you can make the grid yourself, or you can actually have Championship Season, so the cars will start where they qualified in the real race. So yeah, again, it's a lot of updates that the game came with, which yeah, is very much needed. So I'm just going to stick with Eddie Irvine. I'm not going to do a custom grid. Let me just double check the options. Difficulty, you got expert as well. Actually, I'm just going to put it on expert. 16 laps, going to do a quick 16 lap race around Melbourne in Australia. And then that'll be it. So yeah, it's rather unusual. I have the PlayStation 2 version of Championship Season 2000 as well, so I could do a direct comparison between the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, which is probably what I will do. Indeed, thank you, Mr. Spotter Crew Chief Man. And away we go. But yeah, you can see this is how laggy this game is. This has been completely updated with the newer release, the Championship Season 2000. It's not as laggy, which is fan-bloody-tastic. But yeah, this one, it does lag a hell of a lot. But again, this is very similar to what you would get on Steam when you have like an early access release, and then later on down the line they would have the full game release. This is what this essentially is. They wanted to update the experience from the release from the start of the year to a full-on, you know, update at the end of the year. Which I approve of. I don't think many other games have done that. Because a lot of things change. I mean, look at Formula 1 2020, for example. Everyone knows what happened during the real championship. It was all set around Europe. There was a lot of weirdness going on with tracks holding races twice in 2 consecutive weekends. Did they update that for F1 2020? No, did they hell. Which I think would have been a great asset if they had updated the game or released a patch that would say, okay, you can race during the 2020 calendar as it was in 2020. So you could have 2 races at Silverstone, 2 races at the A1 ring or Red Bull ring, go to the Algarve and race at the Portuguese Grand Prix, and so on and so forth. But they didn't. I think this is the only time that they did do anything similar to that. Apart from the first Formula 1 game that was released in 1996, where the game was released after the 95 season, so again, during the season you would have driver changes and substitutions. You don't have that with many other games after it. Another thing that has been updated with this game as well, or with the Championship Season 2000, I should say, is the damage modelling has been massively revamped. So with this game, this version, F1 2000, you can damage your wings, damage your engine, and damage your wheels. So your wheels pop off and they wobble. On Championship Season 2000, you can damage your brakes, you can damage your gearbox, you can damage a lot of other things that you couldn't do during this game. And the handling has also been improved massively. Actually, I'm just going to check, see if I can take the arrows off. Driving line, vibration, don't know why that's off. I've got to turn the corner arrows off. One annoying thing about this game that was not rectified during the update is usually you would get the scoring at the bottom of the screen. That is not present when you're in cockpit view or the roll hoop. That only appears if you're in chase cam or the low-end front nose camera. That hasn't changed in Championship Season 2000 either. So at the bottom of the screen you would get, you know, what position you're in, the top 6. But yeah, you have to be in this view or the very low down nose camera for it to actually show. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'd wait, thank you. Oh, crap. Handling characteristics of this game as well, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. That has been ironed out somewhat with the updated version. But not entirely. The handling on Championship Season is a lot tighter than it is on this one. This one, it just feels very floaty and a bit oversensitive. And a lot of understeer as well. But it is a very easy game. Even though we got it on expert mode, the game is incredibly easy. Even if you're driving a Minardi, you can catch up with the front end over a full race distance. If you're lucky. Sometimes you're not lucky and sometimes you can crash yourself. But this game had proper retirements as well, so... Oh, speak of the devil, that was Ralf Schumacher. Unusual, because it's usually Jenson Button that retires first. Oh, come on, get out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, my wheel is damaged. Now, if both of your front wheels are wobbling... Yeah, I know, shut up. Well, there goes my wheel. Ah, I wish he'd shut up. Anyway, there's a little exploit you can do. If you damage both your front wheels, they eventually pop off if you're driving forward. However, if you reverse, they don't degrade. They don't actually fall off. So you could actually reverse all the way around the track, get back to the pits, and yeah, you'd be absolutely fine. Now, because it's just a quick race, you don't have the pit options or anything, and it doesn't show you parking in the pits. You just run straight through and your wheels are fixed. Oh, and one of the arrows has spun. That was De La Rosa. Nick Heidfeld is directly ahead in the Prost. So I do like the Jaguar. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick the Jag for the actual championship when I do eventually get around to Championship Season 2000, or I might go for one of the lower teams just to give myself a bit of a challenge. I could go for one of the Minardis or maybe one of the Arrows. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Speaking of the Minardis, there is Genet. Late braked. Oops. Alright, my teammate ahead. Johnny Herbert. But yeah, what I find really funny about this game is that 9 times out of 10, the first retirement was always Jenson Button. And it was usually after like 3 laps. But yeah, very unusual that it was his teammate, Ralf Schumacher, that retired first. But I think many years ago when I actually did do a full championship season, I think Jenson Button retired on every one but one race. It was really, really funny. But that's just what the Williams BMW was like back then. Jaguars weren't really that competitive. They did try, but yeah, they... Oh, get out of the way, please. Yeah, they were very midfield. Get past Pedro Diniz if he'll get out of the way. In the Sauber. Then Jos Verstappen. Now, because this is an EA Sports game as well, you don't have Murray Walker doing any of the on-track commentary. Instead, you have ITV or HTV Formula 1 pundit Jim Rosenthal doing the introductions to the races and the standings and race results as well. Yeah, Fisichella is next in the other Benetton. Only had the one retirement so far. I think the most cars ever to retire during one race, if I can recall, was 13 cars. So there were only 9 runners left at the end. I think that was at Brazil because there was a safety car. And I remember I was stuck in 3rd place, I think. And even during the safety car, 3 cars retired, which was Barrichello, Button, and Fisichella, I think. And this is going back many years ago. This was like, I don't know, 20 years ago. Oh, excuse me. Get past Jarno Trulli. Next is Jean Alesi in the Prost. We're up into the top 10. Yeah, halfway done. But this is back in 2000. The top 10 does not give you points, only the top 6. Ricardo Zonta in the BAR in 7th. BARs are doing quite well. Yep, thank you. Remember back in 1999 when the BAR team had the two-sided livery. One side was Lucky Strike, the other side was 555. And I can't remember what happened exactly, but I think they banned multiple sponsor names on the side, so they had to go for just a single colour, which they went for blue in the end. I can't remember the exact story. I'm sure someone would rectify that for me. But you did have that on F1 World Grand Prix, which is a very weird game. I will probably do a one-off on that as well, or maybe a mini-series, because that game is essentially a replay simulator. F1 World Grand Prix, you cannot really drive the cars because they are all over the place. And they are so twitchy that you just spin off and slide all the time. So what I used to do on that game was just put it as the AI taking over. So they would drive the car for me, and you would just watch the race unfold. which is, you know, a bit unusual, but it was still fun watching the AI, and they do crash out a lot on that game. But the thing is, because the AI is a little bit thick, you would end up crashing out of the race as well, because coming up on back markers, you would just rear end them without braking. And there was an exploit with that game as well, that if you went full speed into a turn, and then paused the game just before the turn and went into autopilot mode, the car would be unstoppable. The AI would take over the car and you wouldn't need to brake around the corners, or the game wouldn't brake around corners, so you could just literally powerhouse past everybody. But the biggest problem with that is that because you're not braking, you coming up to a slower back marker, you go straight up his rear, destroy his car, destroy your car, and you're out of the race. But it is a fun game, but you just really can't drive the cars yourself, because it's, yeah, all over the place. We are, I think, slowly gaining on Michael Schumacher. I hope.
Catching the car in front. You're roughly 6 seconds ahead of Villeneuve.
Oh, don't go into the wall, you fool. I hope he tells me how far behind I am from Schumacher. Because the thing is with this game as well, that there isn't a really big draw distance, so once the cars ahead of you get like 50 feet ahead, they disappear from view. So you can't really see if anyone is in front of you unless they're literally right in front. So oh, Marc Genet is out of the race. There's Schumi. Looks like he's behind one of the McLarens. Probably David Coulthard. Oh no, it's his teammate Rubens Barrichello. Yeah, the cars lose all features when they get to a certain distance ahead of you. They're just black blobs. Lovely lag and slowdown. Again, that has been somewhat fixed in Championship Season 2000, but yeah, it was a massive pain on this game. Alex Harold Franson in the Jordan is in third. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get a top 3 before the end. We've only got 4 laps to go. 5 seconds behind. I think we can possibly make that up. Cut the corners. So the McLarens are leading 1-2. Oh, again. Keep doing that. Another thing that's been updated as well with Championship Season 2000 is all the trackside objects and the tracks themselves. The graphics have been like overhauled completely. You got little details that you didn't have on this game, for example, like little bollards. The tree graphics as well, they actually have proper overhang. The banners, the sponsor placards as well. It's all been completely redone and it does look really good. In comparison to this, it does look like a whole new game, but it's not. It's just literally the same game, just updated. Right, 3 laps to go.
You're pulling away from the car behind.
Yep, thank you. So I'm going to assume then you've got Frentzen in third. I'm going to say David Coulthard is second and Mika Hakkinen is leading. And again, with the lag of this game, it's hard to judge your corner entry speed because the game is like chugging at, oh, I don't know, 15 FPS. No! Oh, you son of a bitch. Come on, spin it around. There we go. No, go away. Damn it. Plenty of time to catch up. So yeah, when I eventually get around to doing a series on the Championship Season 2000, it will be full race distances. And I will be using a smaller team just to make it a bit more of a challenge, because I don't want to pick like McLaren or Ferrari. I was tempted to pick Jordan, because I have got a soft spot for the Benson Hedges Jordan. But I don't know, or I might just pick Jag. I have no idea. Only the 2 retirements so far, which is a shock. It's usually about 4 by this point. Only got 2 laps to go. Can I catch him in time? Probably not. One little detail that I don't think a lot of people would notice is that when you're on board like this, the onboard camera, you get some, it sounds like crackly interference with the engine. That is actually done on purpose. It is to replicate what the engine sounded like on the onboard cameras back in the early 2000s, because they always had a little bit of static interference. And that's what they tried to replicate, because you don't get it on the chase cameras or anything like that. It's only on the onboard cameras, and it does immerse yourself a little bit more into the game. It's like, wow, it sounds like what it usually does on the static onboard cameras. Because yeah, in 2000 the technology wasn't that great, so the onboard cameras used to be very staticky. It used to run on a satellite signal, and sometimes it wasn't always that good. So you would get like static grain and crackling. I don't think we're going to get 3rd place. I think I just botched it unless I can get through the chicane at a high rate of speed, like so. Late break it. Ooh. But yeah, if you notice there, the rims on the Jordan are white. In Championship Season 2000, they're black with a yellow ring around the very outside, which is what they used to have back in 2000. Yep, there we go. So Mika Hakkinen wins. I get 2nd. And Frentzen was 3rd.
2nd place. Congratulations.
See, at least he sounds a lot happier and chirpier than that dickweed on bloody Race Pro. Congratulations, you won the race. He actually does sound like he's happy. But there we go. New record. Finish 2nd. Enter name. No, I don't think I will. View race highlights. Yeah, you can view the race highlights if we wish. So there's Genet retiring from the race. Yeah, that is definitely a good highlight. Crashing into Herbert. See, if it wasn't for the lag, this game you know, would be nigh on perfect for 2000. But, wow. That's your highlights. That is all you're getting. I hope you're pleased. But, yeah. Race again? No, I don't think I will. So yeah, that is a little one-off then of F1 2000. So I thought I might as well get this done before the end of the year. Only a couple of days now to go until Christmas, and I will be cutting off my uploads on the 22nd or 23rd, something like that. But yeah, there we go. So when I eventually get around to doing a proper championship, it will be on F1 Championship Season 2000 rather than on F1 2000. So yeah, look forward to that in the near future, probably in about 50 years time, and I'll be long dead since then. But yeah, I didn't want to go for another race, but anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you for another one off at some point in the new year. So take care, stay safe, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.